Hi, this is the first video for creating your postcard. I'm going to show you how to get a new document in Photopea of the right size, show you how to bring in your letters and also bring up these grid lines here. So we'll make a start. I've gone to Photopea, I'm going to go to New, and where it says size in here, what I'd like you to do is you're going to use millimeters, and your size is going to be 420 by 280. If we do any smaller, then what you'll notice is when we zoom in, your letters become very pixelated. So I'm going to hit create there. That gives us a new document. I'll zoom out slightly. So you can see our new document. Now you need to decide with your quote which way it's best to write your quote, whether you want to write it so the page is landscape orientation like here and it goes along and down the page, or whether it's a quote that fits better on a portrait orientation. If so, you can then turn your image, so you can go to image transform and rotate. So it may be that your quote fits better on a page like that. On mine definitely fits better the other way, so I'll just go back and return that and zoom in slightly. Okay, so to bring my letters in, what I'm going to do is go to File, Open and Place. Now that brings up the box where my letters are. For my example, I'm using found letters. So I will pick the first kind of letter I want. So for my quote, let's just show you my quote. So my quote is, "Not everybody trusts paintings, but people believe photographs." So it's quite a long quote. That's why I've then chosen to have my page landscape orientation. So open and place. We'll open and place the first letter. Now this is the hardest sort of bit, is working out how much space you need, and it might take a little bit of resizing every now and again. So I've got my letter in, it's got the nodes around the outside, so I'm ready to resize. Before I click on anything, I'm going to hold Shift on the keyboard. That enables me to change the letter without squishing it. If I don't hold Shift, what I could accidentally do is stretch it or squish it, which I don't want to do. I'm just going to go back and bring it back in again. So open and place. Find it again and make sure that I hold the Shift button when I grab the corner. So I'm holding Shift now, drag that down, and then put it roughly in place. Now I'm trying to think about the amount of letters that are going on here. So if I'm thinking about my top line, I'm going to have not everybody. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters along that row, plus enough space for the space in between not and everybody. So if I was imagining that there would be 12 of these, I don't think that's going to quite fit along there. So I'm going to reduce this even further, and I can always zoom in to better see it a bit more. So I'll probably go something like that. Once you're done with that letter, press Enter. Now this is the point where I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to hold Control and I'm going to press key on the number. I'm going to press plus on the keypad, on the number pad, and then just scroll along to find my letter again. And now I can pick and bring some guidelines down. So I'm going to click in the top bar up here in the ruler and then drag down. And these are guidelines that you can then use to size all the other letters to the same size as that first letter. So I'm putting it at the top and bottom, ready to go. And then I will go back to open and place and find the next letter. Now within my quote I had quite a few O's, so I've got 6 different O's to choose from. So I can have a look at what I think would go nicely next to the N. What we're trying to do is show a bit of a contrast. So that's got quite a dark background, so I'm going to go for a light background this time. I'm going to pick this one. That will come in nice and large. I can zoom back out again. If I press Control and 0 on the keypad, it goes back to full screen. So the page fills the screen. I grab Shift again on the keyboard, click the node and reduce the size. I'm just going to move it down so it fits the line at the top. Grab Shift on the keyboard, grab the corner, and then get it to sit on that line at the bottom. Press enter. There's another letter done. And then I'll do another one. So again, now I'm going to have a look at what T fits best, what I think works. So I'm going to go with this one because it's got quite a dark T on there. Hold Shift, hold the corner, bring it down, match it up with the guideline, hold Shift, get the corner, resize it. There we go, press enter. So then I've got my knot in place. My next thing is then to get into my letters for everybody that will fit along here. I've already done that on a separate document just to save a little bit of time. So I'll go on to that one and you can see it's here. Now what I was then needing to do once I'd finished the everybody was I needed to nudge the whole thing along. If you find that you need to move a word, then have a look in the layers. Say if I wanted to move the knot very slightly, but I wanted to move it all together, I can hold Control, click on each of the layers. So I'm going to click the N and O and T, so they're all highlighted. Make sure I'm on the Move tool. Now I can either pick up this and move it along, or I can use the arrow keys on the keyboard just to nudge that along until I'm happy. What I want to try and do is sort of match, leave enough space between the two words, but match the border. So to make sure this is the same size as this. So I'm going to move that knot back a little bit, and then what I'll do is just move the everybody a tiny bit as well. So I'm going to click on each of the letters for everybody. Now it really helps that I've named these letters within the file, you know, when I saved them, so you can actually see them spelt out along the sides. So I'm on the Move tool, I'm just going to nudge that along a little bit. So then we have our letters placed in, our first line placed in, ready to go, and our letters look good next to each other. There's enough spacing, there's equal spacing on this side as there is on this side, and enough space between the letters. That's your first step. We'll then look at adding in the other letters on different rows, and then I'll talk to you about backgrounds and getting a bit more creative. Thanks.